Okay, so welcome back to my channel. So, blessings, love, peace, happiness. I hope you guys are encompassing all of these energies within your frequency, your vibration. But yes, welcome back to my channel. You are now experiencing the mind of a genius. Haha. So, let's get into it, right? Okay. So, you guys, it's like the stuff you tell yourself is very crucial. It's very important. Um, so today I'm at the park right now, just sitting, enjoying the sun. But before that, I was just observing my life and just thinking about how great it is, and just thinking about all of the positive things I say to myself, because I know this is what, in a sense, this is like what sets the foundation for me to build things upon, because it's like it all starts with the fucking thoughts. So it's like if your thoughts aren't like fertile, like they're not fertile for like, because what you need to understand is ultimately like the mind is the soil. Then it's like the thoughts, well, I'll say the emotions, and then it's like the emotions, they're like so the mind is the soil, then the emotions would be like the quality of the soil, and then the thoughts would be the seeds that you plant within that soil. So it's like your mind, your thoughts, and your emotions, they're all connected to this analogy that I'm trying to make about, our minds, in a sense, our minds, our thoughts, and our emotions all being similar to, in a sense, how a garden works. So it's like I correlate your emotions with the soil, because your emotions are connected to your thoughts. They're connected to your thoughts, most definitely, because, and this would just indicate that the emotion is like determining the type of fruit you yield, because your emotions, in a sense, are like extensions of your thoughts, but your thoughts are extensions of your emotions. Like they correspond, they reflect one another. Like if you're in a positive emotion, then you are most definitely going to be thinking positive things, you feel me? But it's like if you're in a negative emotion, then it's obvious, it's common sense that you're going to be thinking negatively. But it's said that motion creates emotion, in the sense of like, let's say you're feeling sad or like down or whatever, like if you start moving, and this could be running, it could even be like exercising, but typically I like to say like dancing when it comes to movement, dancing, because when you dance, you see it's like dancing, but it goes farther than that. You gotta also be conscious to like what you're dancing to, because when we dance, we, like, in a sense, are interpreting the music. We become one with the music, in a sense, and like we're moving with the music, you feel me? It's like, so that's very also crucial, and also to understand frequencies, and to understand just sound in general and what it does to us, and to understand the different frequencies so you can harness and utilize them, because sound is very powerful. Universe, one song, universe, it's like the universe is ultimately an orchestration of, I guess you can kind of say, in a sense, music. And it's ultimately like music is just vibration. That's all music is. Sometimes I like to sit back and think about how, because I like listening to classical music. That's just me. And sometimes I like to, or just instrumentals, wonderful instrumentals. And sometimes I like to sit back and just think about how technically we humans didn't invent music. Like, we didn't invent sound. We just found a way to play with it. And this to me is magic. I think it's magical. Like, I think, because ultimately, guys, magic is like just science that's unexplained. But magic is in of itself, like when I think magic, I think like beauty. I think like, yes, I think the feminine energy, but I really do feel like, and that's like more of like the intuition, the feminine aspect would play, like, the intuition and magic, the knowing, the just the beauty of it, I guess you can say. But yeah. So I guess I'll go back to sound because I don't even know if I need to break it down. But I guess I'll actually just stick to the feminine and masculine. So for instance, me, I do readings. I'm an astrologer reading, and I'm an astrologer. I'm an astrologer reader. Astrology readings. I do astrology readings. So it's like, yeah, I do natal charts, transits, love, career readings. Like right now, I'm I recently, got this I guess order, you can say, to do a love reading for someone, and yeah, that's what I'm doing. Like, that's what I'm working on right now. Like, came to the park, and I was just putting it all together, trying to understand. But I'm really taking my time here, because I don't want to rush it. I don't want to be incorrect or anything. And I really do feel like me being in this position, it's a very, like, in a sense, powerful position, because I do have that ability to influence someone's life. So I am very careful with with my readings and what I say. And it's like, I would never do something to you that I wouldn't do for myself, in the sense of, like, I give astrology readings because it all started with me. I started giving myself astrology readings, and I just thought it was so fucking accurate and so nice, like, so helpful. So I started doing other readings for people. In the beginning, it was like my friends, and I guess to a degree just people, and I was just doing it for free, and then one of my friends, a Libra, of course, she's seen the imbalance, and she was just like, I don't think it's fair or, like, balanced that you are giving all of this energy, constantly giving, but you're not receiving. And she was just like, I really do think you have every right to, in a sense, ask for something in return. So I was just like, you're right. And I was like, I definitely agree with you. But so yes, now so I did used to, my readings were free, but now I charge, like, it was $50, but right now I'm doing $35 readings. It's like, I don't know, it's a journey, guys. Honestly, it's a journey. This astrology career of mine and everything, and just life in general. It's a journey. It's like, it's a real thing. But I just know ultimately, I'm an entrepreneur. I don't like to I don't really like to limit myself with labels. Like, I don't really like to put limitations. And this takes me back to the root of the conversation, which was, be conscious as to what you say to yourself, because it means everything. And the analogy I was utilizing with the mind, in a sense, being okay. So the mind, in a sense, is like the body. It's like, the ground. It's like the land. Then the emotions are like the soil within the land. Like, because it's like, you can have land, but just because you have land doesn't mean you have fertile soil. So it's like, our mind is the land, and then the emotions are the soil, and how, in a sense, fertile the soil is. So it's like, and then our thoughts can be considered like the seeds. And it's like, so if your emotions are wrong, or if your emotions are, like, negative, then this means your thoughts aren't particularly where they need to be. And a lot of us feel like we're not really in control of our emotions, of our thoughts, and we really do feel like, in a sense, like, we are being pushed around, like, being influenced by something external of us. And to a degree, like, we don't really have control of our power, like, because I really do feel like your emotions are your powers. Like, if someone can control your emotions, then they have a control of you. Like, if I'm emotional, for example, like, being in a relationship, you get emotionally connected with the person, and now, to a degree, it's like, well, relationships are it's deeper than that. Like, there's so much shit that goes down when you choose to, because a relationship is like a union with another, and this doesn't even have to be intimate. It could be like platonic, but ultimately, all relationships, there's a bonding that happens. Like, I really think so, because Like, I really do think that, like, whenever we bond with someone, we really do create, like, chords, like energetic chords with them. And I do think this is why, like, it's possible for, like, a lover or, like, a partner or, like, siblings or, like, someone you're really close to, for you to, in a sense, like, communicate with them telepathically, in a sense. It's like we do these things of what we label as psychic, what we label as, in a sense, unnatural, I want to say. But it's like telepathy is one of the naturalist things we do. It's like, even when, for example, picking up a frequency from a radio, because from a radio station, because we human beings, we are electrical beings, and we are emitting frequencies, and we can be influenced by other frequencies external of us. And this is where empaths come from. And this is like, it's crazy, but it's like, because we can be influenced by frequencies, who's to say nothing is stopping anyone from influencing us via frequencies. And honestly, I'm like talking about 5G, because the thing about 5G is it's not a next generation upgrade of our Wi-Fi. That it's far from that. It's actually more like 10 generations ahead, or should I say 5 generations. Like, even though it's labeled 5G, in actuality, like, the power is 10G. Because like, what I'm getting at is we have, in a sense, advanced farther than we needed to, and in the sense of, like, the past, like when we went from 1G to 2G to, well, from 2G from 2G to 3G to 4G. And then, like, when 5G, now that we're planning to, like, roll out 5G, we have, like, taken, in a sense, like, a major leap, because 5G's, and I mean, it is most definitely, like, a, like, breakthrough in technology, like, most definitely. And it is wonderful, it is a beautiful thing. Like, it is dangerous to life, most definitely, but it's not all bad. Like, at least try to look at the beauty in the negative, like, because it's there. But we choose to ignore it. And the root word of ignorance is ignore. So to ignore something means to be ignorant of it, because someone who knows not isn't particularly ignorant. Like, it's like, because that saying, forgive them for they know not what they do. You are only wrong once you know. You're only wrong once you know. Like I said, technically, it's like only wrong once you've been indoctrinated under a specific set of rules. You've been told a specific amount of sins or just things not to do. But I'm not really bashing at rules or anything, because I really do feel like structure is important. And this is like where the masculine comes in. This is where the masculine energy, because it enforces structure, stability, and everything, whereas the feminine energy is more chaotic, more intuitive, more creative, more all over the place. But it's like we are living in a world where we are predominantly masculine. Like, we are influenced by the masculine energy, by the Saturnian influences. And because we are frequencies and everything, ultimately, it's like everything is it's all frequency. I feel like everything is in a sense a wavelength. Like, we are all, like, receiving and emitting frequencies to one another, and to just, we are constantly having sex with our environment. I say that, and I wanted to say that because you guys, you see, the thing about it is there's like this, I forgot the I want to say abbreviation for, like, sex, and it's the S would be sacred, and then the E is energy, and then the X is exchange. And sacred energy exchange, like when you have sex with someone or intercourse, you guys are having sacred energy exchange. But it's like, it's deeper than that, because you're constantly having sacred energy exchanges with everything and anything around you. Like, me and this phone, we are exchanging energy, because in a sense it's like absorbing me. Like, this is insane. Like, the phone can be considered magic, and to a degree it technically is magic, you feel me? But But yeah, like as I was saying earlier, magic is ultimately unknown science. You feel me? But like, yeah, honestly, I do want to go back to the words, like, and what ultimately motivated me in a sense to do this reading. I mean, what the fuck, this reading? What motivated me to make this video? You feel me? Because I was just sitting and just reflecting on my life, and then I started, in a sense, saying things to myself, or making affirmations, or however you want to call it. But I always find myself doing this. But yes, I was just sitting back and I was just thinking about the great things that await me because I'm making it happen. And I was just sitting there, and I was just so happy, and I was just like, I am great, like, I'm gonna be successful, like. And I was, I guess, in a sense, like, because I'm also a lyricist or a musician. I like making music. I'm a creator, I should say. I like creating anything. I don't limit myself. I will try anything and everything. And that's like my Gemini stellium plus my third house stellium. Makes me very curious, very in a sense drawn to trying things, I just want to say, because the third house is all about acquiring new skills. It's all about, in a sense, curiosity too, but also kind of want to say sharing. Okay, so this is how I see it. So if it's like, if the second house is values, and the third house in a sense is like you sharing your value, like you sharing you sharing your skills, you create, you in a sense, you sharing your values, and this could be value manifesting internally via skills, because third house is all about skills, and I have like a third house stellium, so I am very, that's what I noticed, like I do a lot of things, I do a lot of things, and I'm not gonna stop doing till I die. Then I'm gonna start doing other things in the other worlds. But yeah, like, I was talking to a friend the other day, and it was nice talking to him. He's actually like, like, I just met this guy, but he's pretty cool. He's the guy who sells me weed. I wanted to say that, and yeah, me and him, we click very well. Like I went and I bought some weed from him, and then we sat and we were just hanging out, smoking, and we were just talking about all sorts of crazy shit. I mean, well, there were also, like, later on the night, like, others came and we were still talking about this crazy shit. And what I realized was that this is like simple information to me, but wow, it really is changing, like, their life and how they perceive things. So I guess me seeing that just showed me, like, the importance of sharing your knowledge, that because you never really know how you will affect someone, and ultimately that's all you can really do. Like, look, you can take a horse to water, but it was never your responsibility to make it drink. Like, you can take that horse, jeez, but as I was saying, take the horse to water, but you're not obligated to make it drink, and that's ultimately it. Like, when we share our knowledge, our information, like, you're not really obliged, to just plant the seed, and that's it. Like, just say your truth, and that's all you need to do, because you need to understand the subconscious mind. The thing about the subconscious mind is it absorbs everything, and advertisers know this. Not only advertisers, but I feel like the system, if you guys want to call it that, knows this, because that's what they constantly target, one's subconscious mind, through music, because music gives them well, for one, music is like water, and music is water. I feel like, because music is all about the emotions. It's about expressing one's emotions. This is what music is. Music and emotions is water. And because I like freestyling also. Like, I I like to rap, but I also like freestyling about things. And whenever I freestyle, I really do see that it's like me, like I'm being like water, like I'm flowing. You know, it's all about the flow, and I'm expressing my emotions, and my emotions are like coming out. You know, they're flowing. So yes, music is all about the emotions, and for one, the subconscious mind doesn't speak English, it doesn't speak Spanish, it doesn't speak any of these man-made languages. This is what you need to understand. God is a man-made construct. Death is a man-made construct. um where am I going with this? Yeah, there's man-made constructs, you know, like that's what we need to understand. Like we need to understand that God is a man-made construct, you know, like a man, someone decided to make God. And yeah, like Dolo, or should I say Flight Boss, or you know, there's this guy, he's on YouTube, his name is like Dolo the Pilot Man. Like if you could look him up on YouTube, you know, he's Dolo the Pilot Man. And you know, I like watching this guy. I think he's fucking genius. He's brilliant, you know. Another mind, another genius mind, if you get what I'm saying. But yeah, you know, so there's that. Like he's pretty good, you know. I like his videos. I like the information he has to bring forth and everything. But I don't even know why I brought him up either. Why mine keeps going blank now for some reason. But yeah, you know, ultimately it's like he likes to say that ultimately these words, like in the Bible specifically, or just like when you you know, look at esoteric information, and it's esoteric, so it's hidden, you know. Like some of these esoteric texts, they're hidden. Like even if you find it and you read it, it's like in a sense encrypted in a way where you're reading that, but it's like only a set of people, only a set of like a set of energy could decode it and understand it, you know. And in a sense it's the same way with it's the same way with everything, you know, even like with movies, because it's like whenever you watch a movie the first time, second time, third time, it's like depending on the consciousness you are at, you get something differently. You get something different from the movie, right? But yes, guys, this has been you know, my video. I hope you guys enjoyed. And you know, like they say, namaste.